So Patrick Mahomes throws for 3 touchdowns, runs in another. Rashee Rice is set to come back next week, Luke.
Yeah.
This team, it was on the verge of disaster in a way. Had they lost this game, suddenly do you think they could go on a run?
Absolutely. And Jay, let's be very honest on this team. Yes, they're 3-3 right now. Okay, they lose week 1. Let's look back. The game they lost against Philly, they had an interception on the goal line that jammed them. The game last week against Jacksonville, they had an interception on the goal line that went for a pick 6 the other way. You take those 2 plays out, this team is 5-1 right now. You just said it. Rashee Rice is coming back. They are rolling, and you can see it when they just start doing stuff like this. Again, it's a great win here by Worthy, but everything seems so easy, so fluid. The creativity is there. Travis Kelce was on fire tonight. It just reminded you of the Chiefs of old. The Lions' offense is unbelievable, and the defense, I thought, gave them a hard time. Again, every year, Jay. Every year, we're on the goal line, and they just come up with something, and guys are wide open because Andy Reid's got the creativity. You saw Mahomes was clearly dialed in tonight. How many times did we see tonight Mahomes just take the snap, and we used to call it follow the wind. Hey, we just literally walk off the ball and throw it. That's what they tell us, follow the wind. Wind you're hitting from the ball. He hit Juju on one of those. He hit Kelce on one of those. As a defensive coordinator, you're like, man, I've got this great play call dialed in, and they're just walking off the ball catching the football. I know there's a lot of Chiefs haters out there, and I know this year you've had some things to say.
Sure.
They've done some uncharacteristic things, some penalties, some turnovers, but a lot of those have been self-inflicted. I'll be very, very honest and say this defense is very good. This offense looks amazing. They've scored 30 in 3 straight weeks, 30 or more, and they're getting Rashee Rice back. Look out.
And we mentioned Hollywood Brown. He's standing by with Patrick Mahomes and Melissa Stark.
Patrick, I'm going to start with you. What just happened there at the end of the game?
I mean, we play the game in between the whistles. They can do all the extracurricular stuff they want to do, but we play the game in between the whistles. We thought we played a great game today, and we'll keep this momentum moving forward.
You told us that you have to have the winning plays in the winning moments. How were you able to do that tonight?
Yeah, I thought the guys executed at a high level. The guys played hard today, and we handled business. That's what we got to do here at Arrowhead. Now let's just carry the momentum into this next week.
Hollywood, 2 touchdowns for you tonight. What was working?
When my number's called, just trying to execute, getting open for Pat, and, he's going to dot us up.
We love seeing that smile.
Thank you.
I talked to Xavier Worthy this week. He said that this wide receiver room was working on its chemistry, that it's such a brotherhood, that you guys have so much fun together, and you really developed that chemistry tonight. How?
We know we have so much fun on and off the field with each other, and we really want each other to succeed. So we play hard for each other, and then when our number's called, we try to make the play.
And then finally, Patrick, it's hard to say this early in the season that a game is a must-win. But why was this one so important?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good football team, and it showed what we can do. We've been getting better and better each and every week. The results haven't been paying off, but it's good to get one here at home, and we'll try to carry this momentum into this next game. It'll be a tough divisional matchup.
Thanks, guys. Congratulations.
All right, let's talk about the Lions. You were breaking down the Chiefs' schedule. Let me break down the Lions' schedule because they're 4-2 now. Their wins are against the Bears, the Ravens, the Browns, and the Bengals. Their losses are to the Packers and the Chiefs, 2 legitimate contenders. How much should I read into that? Like, how good is this team?
They're very good. Don't read into it too much. Some of the naysayers out there will bring that up. I'll be honest, and I like to poke jabs at the Lions.
Of course.
This offense is unbelievable. Where they struggle is on defense once again, especially with the injuries. But I can't say enough about Jared Goff. Even tonight, going into the last drive, he had 3 incompletions. Now, he didn't push the ball down the field as much as they normally do. There weren't as many shots. But again, look at him. Goes through the progression. Laporta makes an unbelievable play there. But I just look at the guy, and he's always in control.
Yeah.
They got down a little bit today, and I do think they were a bit surprised because Jahmyr Gibbs averaged 3.8 yards per carry, which is not an awful number, but by their standards, it's not great. So if they probably had a bit of a better run game, that's when they start doing the play-action shots down the field. Listen, they're 4-1. They walk into Arrowhead against a very, very good team, and they are depleted, especially in their secondary. So for Lions fans out there, I'm not too worried. I still think you're right there in the NFC as 1A, 1B, maybe 1C if you want to throw another team in there. But I do worry, no surprise here, like the secondary has issues. They had issues last year. Even when they're healthy, they're not an elite unit.
Right.
And when they're not healthy, it's pretty tough. So they're going to need Jared Goff to push it down the field a little more, but he can do it.